What's up, everybody? This is Zach.
Derek.
And Robbie.
The E3 conference for EA is in the books.
Thank God that chapter is closed.
Hashtag sweet Jesus, was it terrible?
God, it was bad.
That's an understatement, I think.
I feel like I would rather watch a whole conference that's nothing but Jason Derulo dancing to just dance songs.
While Madden is playing in the background.
They had a few ups, but we had way more downs. Way more
Yeah,
downs.
there was a lot of
It started out solid.
Yeah.
And then
Need
it
for
just
Speed,
went
Payback.
it went 100-0 real quick.
Yes.
And it wasn't their games that it was the lack of games.
Yeah.
But just the people who were doing the press conference, it was just bad. Not even knowing a last name of a
Oh my
dude,
gosh.
and then the death glare from the guy at the end. He was just like, "You just messed up my name."
Yeah.
And then not to mention the fact that the guy that it was a big celebrity name that they had to kick off Need for Speed Payback, and he was like, Need for Speed, where's the screen? Payback!
But he turned around like he didn't know where. Like, I don't know if it was supposed to be like a, hey guys, I'm here, but it looked more like he was like, oh, the camera's over here, cool.
Yeah, it was like he was stunned that he was doing
It
this
was more
thing.
like they picked him up like 5 minutes before, like,
Right.
hey, you want to do this thing? And he was like, what?
They pick out a part of the section of the crowd. So who wants to do Need for Speed Payback? Me.
And it
then,
just happened to be a YouTuber.
And then, wait, what am I doing again? Need for Speed, Payback.
Not to mention Yusuf Fesif. What's my last name?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But
It was poorly handled. It seemed like the teleprompter operator
didn't know what
was
they were
bad,
doing.
It's the
or
one from Anchorman.
yeah.
Oh god.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
It was just kind of all over the place, unfortunately. So let's go in chronological order. Let's get into it.
They pretty much started off with what I figured they would, the Madden storyline, since that was their newest sports game to get. It's going to be called Long Shot, which is what it would have its own iconic name. Looked really cool.
Yeah.
I will say. And the fact that you pointed out earlier, they're getting all these licensing deals to have all these teams on there. So, I mean, NCAA didn't come back, but maybe
Maybe in the future. I mean,
Yeah.
I would literally stop playing Madden to go back to playing NCAA.
Yeah, but them having the licensing, being able to say that he, went to Texas and all this and show the logos and show stuff, like that's a big step. And
now they just have to figure out how to do the players.
No, that was FIFA. That was bad players.
No, I'm saying
like player names.
player names.
They're never gonna do that. Like that. That's just
No.
because that's making money off
You will
of
see
somebody.
wide receiver number 25 for the rest of your life whenever we get it back.
Like you could put names in and they could, be able to say them or whatever. But, that was one of the nice things about, downloading rosters and all of that. You had everybody's names on there. You had the right attributes, all that kind of stuff. But just seeing that they had, college in there some way, somehow made it where it was like, okay, there's a glimmer of hope out there. So.
And then next is, you kind of alluded to it at the end of the pre-show. They did show Battlefield 1 stuff. They showed a bunch of the new DLC. They showed, I didn't get a chance to write down the names, but there's going to be a content pack in June and another one in July. They're going to come out with. And then the big one, which is September, is Rise of the Tsar, which they're going to add Russian army.
Bringing in the Russians.
Yeah, which looked really, really cool. They added some new weapons. They added some new animations to the kills and everything. And it's the biggest part of World War I was fought in Russia.
Right.
So I think this is going to be a really cool thing to happen to it, and it keeps Battlefield 1 important. It keeps them going, and it keeps those people happy that have invested in it and that are players of that game.
But I'm also glad that they put it out early enough, because I think this probably will be like the last content pack. It'll be out early enough to where it doesn't step on Battlefront 2's toes.
Yeah.
So it'll give it 2 months of what's left of for Battlefield 1, and then November is like, all right, new DICE journey.
Yeah, I agree 100%, and it looks really good, and it might make me want to go back and play more Battlefield, because I know I kind of put it away. I was like, I'm done, don't want to play anymore, but with that, it makes me want to do it.
Different games out.
Yes, definitely.
Then next, they had the crap show that was FIFA 18.
Oh God.
And he's not saying a bad word at home. It's an acronym. It's FIFA Ultimate Team. So that FUT.
FUT.
Yeah.
Which they just kept dropping and dropping, and it sounded like that
Yeah.
horrible little 4-letter word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like literally, we were watching, and it was we were just talking because we didn't care about FIFA.
And then we
I'm
heard
sorry.
that.
Yeah, we were all just,
and
we all
everybody
just
just stops.
You're like, did he
We're-
just say what I think he said?
So,
But
yeah.
they announced that they're trying to go more esportsy with their sports franchises. So they're adding an Ultimate Championship Series for FIFA, and they're gonna announce Madden stuff later on down the road. And then they got into FIFA 18, the grittiness of it, like the new mechanics, the new features and all that kind of stuff. But they did say that the journey will be back in this game, and you will get to continue your journey as Alex Hunter because he was so popular in the game.
That means they did it right.
Yeah.
That means they were doing something right with the game.
What a surprise.
And I'm sure, because I have a lot of friends who are big into FIFA, and I mean, I'm happy for them. I think this is good for them. I like how they're getting the gameplay from Ronaldo, because I mean, he's literally the best soccer player on the earth.
Yeah.
And EA's conference was weak for the most part, but I enjoyed what they're doing at least for my friends who do play this.
Right. But then they followed up all that hype with that Men in Blazers awkward commentary.
Oh.
I guess
Wait, Man Blazer.
I don't know I don't know if they're a comedy spoof or just something that comment in the sporting.
They're legit, like kind of like what PTI is for ESPN. This is what they do.
Yeah.
It's very poorly done because I've watched an episode of them, and they do have really good guests on from time to time. Basketball players, comedians, but I can't handle them. They're way too over the top for me, as we saw from the conference.
Yeah.
It's just real rough.
Yeah, it
It
was
was-
unnecessary.
Yeah, it was unnecessary. It was rough. You couldn't understand what they were talking about. Were they talking about the game? Were they talking about real life?
Yeah, it kept.
Like, it was just like all over the place, and
It
they
goes
just
back.
sucked.
It goes back to our pre-shows. Like they always have something awkward in their conference.
Yeah.
Would you have rather had the Plants vs. Zombie or
The
Men in Blazers?
Oh God, the zombie. Easy, because at least the zombie didn't talk. It just stood there like a boulder.
I think they weren't necessarily awkward. They were just insufferable.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yes.
I'm sure they're great guys and people like them. Whatever, but
I don't.
If you're a fan of the Men in Blazers,
that's great.
Let us know in the chat.
Yeah.
good on
Yeah.
you.
Chase your
But
bliss.
they're not our cup of tea.
But I felt like just in terms of like presenting the game, except for announcing the Alex Hunter stuff, I feel like they really didn't add anything to the conference.
Yeah.
But
They
again,
really-
like I don't.
They
follow the
try
sports game.
because they know FIFA's their cash cow as far as
Yes.
any of their sports because Madden does well for them too. It's just
Yeah.
globally
Yeah,
FIFA
yeah.
does a lot
Yeah.
better.
Oh, yeah.
So they wanted to give it the biggest push. Unfortunately, they did it in the absolute
I mean,
Worst
terrible way.
Yeah.
I think they did. I mean, they got some eye candy with Ronaldo and Tyson
Oh, yeah.
Index. I mean, look at there.
Yeah. It just it did not help their case. It did not, for me. I don't play FIFA. It did not help me want to buy it more.
No.
So, I think that's Jacob said sounds like a ripoff of Men in Black.
Yes.
A very annoying.
Who said that?
Jacob.
Jacob. Okay, cool. I want to make sure I got the name right.
Do I know?
No, you don't know him.
Oh, so you live streamer?
Yeah.
Nice. Hello, Jacob.
But then they took that crap and brought it back. It was slightly crap at some certain points, but they showed off Need for Speed Payback.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Payback? So they showed off a lot of cool action sequences. It is what they said. They're going to more action oriented, even though that kind of looks like Fast and Furious meets
Oh yeah,
Burnout,
yeah. That's definitely what it looked like
It was
to
a lot
me.
of slow mo action takeouts for the enemies, and they had health bars, which was
See-
interesting to see too.
Heath bars don't.
Health bars.
Health bars doesn't bother me that much. It's just every time I knock a little old lady or an an enemy off the street, I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
It was Rise of Rome 100%
Yeah.
all over again. Like,
My guess is that you'll probably be able to control that, and they could have been doing extra stuff for the conference.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully it won't be that bad in the actual
hope
game.
so.
E3
I feel like a
also,
few times, like that's fun. But like, and like once or twice you hit, you know, an old lady, see her fly off in slow mo. That'd be funny, but not every time.
the
Yeah.
fine details of every E3 conference. Hype tech demos, that's all it is.
Yep,
Yeah.
and slow-mo.
But now the cool part with Payback was that they did say you have these relics in the game where you can take these old school cars that are pretty much from scrap, take them from scrap
We
yards and
saw
turn them into
the Beetle.
turn them into like real life, and pretty much restore them.
Yeah,
and make them viable.
Take them from junk to stock and then to aftermarket type deal, and they look really cool. And I
Yeah.
think it'll be a good way to bring in older cars that people love. You know, like if I got a Beetle, I'd make it look like Herbie. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And then I whip everybody's butt with a Herbie. Like,
Fully
you know what I
loaded,
mean?
baby.
Yeah, no,
Like-
no,
Stop.
no.
Bless you.
Thank you.
But like that's what stood out for me with that game is being able to kind of rebuild your cars into
Yeah.
something that's really cool, because every Need for Speed game that we've gotten, we started out with the super cool hot rod car. Oh, not started out with the ones, but we started out with good cars.
Yeah.
Good cars.
You know,
But,
general cars.
Yeah. But this one, you're actually getting to take a classic. Like, I would love to take a beat up, I can't believe I'm saying this, but a beat up like '68 Mustang or something
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
and completely just tweak it out and make it look amazing.
Now I have to point out that amazing screenshot of the back of the head of that guy.
Breathtaking.
It's like, here's our actor, and here's how good the back of his head looks.
I was just like, what are they doing? Like,
Like, the
That
thing is-
hairline was on fleek,
Yeah,
though.
the thing is that, like, you know, a few minutes later, they showed the scene where that screen cap was from, and there are plenty of other frames they could have taken from it. Like,
Cooler
he's, like,
frames.
closer to the car.
Mhm.
Like, they could have just used that one. Like, it was bad. It was
Yeah.
really bad.
It was rough.
yeah, it was like they were just trying to rush to get something to put up on screen, and that's the problem here.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, it feels like they woke up like last week and they were like, "Oh crap, E3's next week, guys. All right, let's get it together."
I think it was this morning.
Yeah, especially
Like,
like, so
it is
Jesse.
EA.
Their,
They are a dumpster fire.
Their calendar goes off on their phones. It says E3 conference today at 12.
Oh, crap.
15 minutes till conference.
It's like everyone thought that someone else was doing it. They're like, "Hey guys, you ready for the conference?" Like, yeah.
Did you bring the thing?
No,
No, I
but-
thought you were. No, it was supposed to be Paul.
No.
Where's Paul at?
Jesse?
I was like,
Oh, my gosh.
Or was it was like Duggan or whatever?
Yeah,
Dugan.
Dugan.
Yeah.
I will not be surprised if it's like tomorrow headline. Was it something Dugan kills man at E3? Last name pronunciation.
Oh god, it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah. Like I said, there was some good, some bad. But now, this next game actually, it was an EA, they showed off a new EA original game,
Mhm.
and it was actually really good.
Yeah.
It's by
Yeah.
the same people who developed Brothers, A Tale of
Mhm.
Two Sons, which was a co-op centric game.
Yes.
This is the same, they're doing it, it's called A Way Out.
Mhm.
It's coming in early 2018, so probably about February, March-ish,
Yeah.
maybe January. But it's also a co-op game about these two guys who are in jail, and I guess you got to work your way getting out, or like
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you gotta
you're,
break out.
you're breaking out, and then you're
Prison
Staying
break
on
the
You're on
game.
the run. You
Yeah.
don't see your family.
You're staying on the run.
Mhm.
man.
Yeah, because it
on
shows
run.
one of the guys going to see his wife in the hospital after she's had their baby,
Mhm.
and so it's gonna be
She's
dealing
my
with their
daughter,
personal
too.
life. She's my daughter too. What are you doing?
Why does he sound like Sling Blade when you say it?
I don't know.
Like what I liked is both of the characters. I don't remember their names off the top of my head, but
Joe and Schmo.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
Sure.
both of them have different personalities, and they definitely have different abilities and things that they're willing
Yeah.
to do in the game. And having it where yes, you can play online, you know, all
Or
of
couch
that.
co-op.
But the couch co-op,
couch.
that's where you're saying is the best way to experience in the couch co-op.
Yeah.
Couch co-op,
And we don't get a lot of couch co-op games these
No.
days.
which
and
is a shame.
it's nice to see them pushing that, and it looks good. It doesn't look like just an indie game. It
Yeah.
looks like it's pretty well put together, and I'm excited for that
I
one.
am too.
The one thing I'm interested though, and they did kind of mention, is like this game is co-op only.
Yes.
So
Yes.
now
you can't play it
Brothers-
single player.
The Brothers was co-op, but it was optional. It was in that game, but you could still play it by yourself. So, I mean, we go from no couch co-op to all couch co-op with this game.
Yeah.
But my main thing is like, what if I'm playing late at night and no one that I want to play with is up? Can I not just play it by myself, or are they just going to throw some internet rando in there with me? You know?
Just get the 2 controllers, play at the same time.
Yep.
Get good.
Hey,
Fair enough.
one with your hands, one with your feet.
Oh, there you
Let's
go. I like it.
Yeah.
I can't multitask.
But-
Like,
Yeah, big pets, get them to play.
oh my god.
This does bring us back to, because I remember some of the funnest times we had playing games were right
Yeah.
there beside each other
Yeah.
with co-op.
I mean,
And
look what you did for the anniversary.
And I love that style, and I wish that games didn't, take away from that, where you can only have, one person per console, because that kills, what we used to do.
Mm-hmm.
And, I love being able to play with my friends online anywhere that they are, but I would also like to be able to play split screen again.
Yeah, I agree
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And it's exciting to see that this kind of quality game is coming out and going to be
Right.
there for us. And
They're actually giving it, a push.
yeah, a push because it had a lot of screen time. And
Yeah, it
the
did.
guy, he forgot his last name, how to pronounce his last
He
name,
was
but
nervous.
he was nervous. And it was nice to see, he was passionate about his game, and that's what
Yes,
I
he was.
like.
Yes.
That's what I like. And Jacob said that's the best thing in the entire conference, and I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First, I
will.
want to build off what you said, and then I'll build off what Robbie said earlier. Like you said, he was excited about it, and I love the way he said he's like, I wanted to see a game like this, so we made that game.
Yes.
Yes.
Because it's like, there's a saying where it's like, be the insert whatever here that you wish to see in the world. Make the game you wish to see in the world. So
Yeah.
I really liked that and his passion, and also about what Robbie was saying earlier about wanting to play with your friends, like split screen. Is that not everyone in the world may own a console, but they
Yeah.
might want to play that game. Like one of my good friends, she doesn't have a PlayStation, but having the split screen thing, she can come over and play it.
Yeah, because I know one thing that angered me when I was younger is when you would have to have the same game for people to play. Like I remember Crackdown was one of those games, the first one that you had to have two copies and 2 Xboxes to
Yeah.
even freaking play it, and it's like
Why?
we ain't got that money now.
Yeah, no one's got that money.
We bunch of high school kids. We don't
Yeah.
have that
Yeah,
cash.
really.
So and I'm glad that we're sort of starting to lean back to that. I know Halo cut it out, and then
They're bringing it back though for
yeah,
future games.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see that couch co-op is coming back.
Yeah.
Because that was a huge staple back in the mid 2000, like earlier 2000s.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I want to bring this back from last year. We got a tease
Yeah.
of BioWare's new game, which we expected to be shown.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wasn't as much as we were
Hoping.
hoping for, but they did say we're going to get more tomorrow at Microsoft's conference, which is good for Microsoft as well because they need third-party support a lot for lack of exclusives. But we'll talk
Yeah,
more
yeah.
about that tomorrow. But it's called Anthem,
Yep.
and it's by BioWare. It's a new IP. Looks very mechish, or at least exosuits-ish. from
Yeah, it
what we
looks
could tell.
exosuits like this planet that has these huge creatures,
Yes.
and the environment is hostile to you, and that you have this wall. So it's going to be kind of not necessarily post-apocalyptic, but it's going to be
Futuristic.
futuristic Avatar like
Yeah.
type deal.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a mixture of 4 things: Mass Effect, Destiny, Game of Thrones, and Attack on Titan, because it has the wall. I just throw those in for the wall.
Okay. I was with you on
I was Mass Effect Mass Effect Destiny, and then I could see it being what is that game? It looks sort of Gears of War-ish as
Yeah.
well, with the environment kind of stuff.
But yeah, I was adding those other 2 in because they were like, wall!
Wow.
So
I
America.
think like
Or Trump.
yeah,
Trump at
yeah.
the
Even
top.
though they didn't show a whole lot of it, I am super excited for it.
It
Yeah.
looks really good. Like, I always trust BioWare.
I do too.
To an extent.
Yeah.
They're kind of burnt. They threw a match on one part of it.
But then they
wonder-
just sweep it under the rug. It's like, that's Montreal studio. It wasn't Edmonton.
I
We still
wonder-
love you.
I wonder if because this is another sort of, I guess you
Yeah.
could say sort of spacesuit thing, it'll kind of distract from Mass Effect Andromeda. It's like, oh, look at all of our cool
Yeah.
new high tech spacey things.
Yeah.
What Mass Effect Andromeda? I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
But we'll find out more tomorrow, Microsoft's conference. So we'll be excited for it. Then they showed another atrocity in NBA Live 18.
Just stop. Just admit that you've lost this and give it to like 2K. Like, just stop wasting money. You're wasting money.
They haven't been relevant with NBA Live for how long now?
Since like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Like, because I remember back in the day, it was like, oh, NBA Live, and now we're just like, oh, this is garbage.
Yeah, like once they stopped NBA Live, like that last one that was really bad, and then they took off like 2 or 3 years, and they were like, oh, we're making it, now we're not making it, now we're making it, now we're not, and then they started releasing it again.
We're back.
It's been bad the whole time since they've come back.
But they are adding a lot of modes, even though they look like garbage. But
They are garbage.
They are adding the one, which is their online, I guess, Ultimate Team League in a sense, but it is online. They are adding the Streets, which is their version of Blacktop for NBA Live.
Yeah.
And
I'm
then
telling you, like, all these things that they're adding has been with 2K for so long.
I know,
Yeah.
but it hasn't been with Live this generation, so they have to make it put a fresh coat of paint on it and make it sound new.
Yeah.
And then they also have the Courts, which is pretty much like their practice mode type deal. So
The one.
the one that weighs a ton.
Keanu Reeves.
Yes.
No, it's their story mode. The one. You're gonna be the one.
Yeah.
The one.
Well,
The
it's their
one.
online feature mode, but it sounds like they're all going like very clubbish with this because they talked about leaderboards and rankings.
Yeah.
So, but they did say, well, I don't know if they touched on it, but I was looking at an article during a conference. There will be a demo out in August, so at least they're letting you preview it before you just say, hey, I want to jump in with this crap.
Yeah, I'm not jumping in.
you could-
Like, I'll
you
do the demo, and
Yeah.
and if it's impressive, I'll do it. But what they showed looked like crap.
Yeah.
Like
Not a fan.
Kevin Durant didn't look like Kevin Durant.
Oh, I was
LeBron
like- I was
James looked like he was constipated.
RBF. I looked at KD and I was like, oh, look at
Draymond Green.
And they're like,
No, that's KD.
that's KD. I'm
That's
like,
KD,
no,
bro.
it's not. Then I saw the number and I was like,
Oh, well.
it's his number. It just doesn't look like him.
Yeah. I don't know. It just seems like a waste of time, and that's when the guy called the other guy the wrong name.
I know.
Like, I just can't get over the face, like that stone cold murderous face he had
Oh
afterwards.
yeah, that guy was not happy.
you knew that he thought that they'd already cut away,
Mm-hmm.
but nope.
Nope.
He's like, I've been friends with you for 15 years.
Now, into our chat real quick. We have a hello from Creeper Love 9400. Hello.
Hello.
And then we have Jacob saying, unfortunately, there's no underground Disney World where people who do coke.
No, that's during Sony. They
Yeah,
have
that-
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sony. And then hashtag the one, hashtag money.
Well, I did hashtag one.
I know.
Okay, cool.
So there you go. Now moving on. Looks like Derek is looking up information.
Yeah, but they did announce that there will be a free trial this week for EA Access and EA Origins for it'll be on PS4.
Mhm.
It'll be select games, but there'll be a trial, and it sounds like EA Access will be coming to PlayStation 4.
Yeah,
I hope-
that's
They're
what
gonna
it.
have a free week.
Yeah, free week.
Yeah.
So,
I wonder who got that prediction right.
which two people got predicted?
We got it right, but I was more right.
But that's cool. I mean, it's
It's been all long overdue.
Yeah.
Long overdue.
I mean, they had that exclusivity thing with Xbox because they wanted to have something because Peter Moore likes to rub elbows with Microsoft. 'Cause-
Mhm.
But they know that they're losing money by not putting it on PlayStation
Oh, yeah.
as well.
Oh yeah. Now they're going to reach out to the 60 million plus people that are on PlayStation 4, and I think that this week is going to reel some more people in, get some more money in for EA on that,
Shuhei Yoshida goes to Peter Moore. Welcome home.
and then punches him in the gut. Be like, "You took too long."
But then we ended with a very meaty
Oh yeah.
gameplay demo
Oh yeah.
of
Lot
Star Wars
lot of
Battlefront
girth to
2.
it.
And Zach, how long did that gameplay last?
It lasted over 14 minutes.
Sorry, Derek.
Now, and that was me piecemealing stuff in the preview leading up to it, but without that piecemealing,
It was still.
it was like 12 minutes
Yeah.
of gameplay. So, put another one up there for the old Zachy boy.
Yeah. So far, he's
Oh, Zassy Zach.
Hey, but you know what? Robbie's Still behind.
Why are you putting him down?
I was
Why are you
getting a-
putting him down?
I was getting a new car.
You're
I
over here.
feel good about myself.
You're like,
Guess what? At least I'm not in that. Screw you, Derek.
Hit me with the Ricky Bobby. If you're not first, you're last, Derek.
well, you're last too. But yeah, the Star Wars Battlefront 2 looked great. The lady that was there, it seemed like she was just kind of phoning it in.
Yeah, I mean,
Like trying to be excited at the same time. I don't know.
She
It
is
was.
the lead actress.
It just felt a little off, and I think that's why I don't like some of these press conferences where they bring out multiple people.
Yeah.
That's why I like Sony's where Andrew House just comes out there and just
Yeah.
kind of lays it out for
Here are
everybody.
the games. Bye.
Goodbye. I have a lunch meeting.
Yeah.
So, but they're also doing couch co-op.
Yep.
They're having deeper customization for
Like
a lot
that.
of- They're having character classes with special abilities for each one that you can also customize.
Yeah, I love that.
The
Love the
a-
little shield thing. I like that. That looks
Like
cool.
I do like how every time you get kills or you do something cool, you get these battle points that you can trade in to unlock your Darth Maul or to unlock your shield or go from a regular droid to one of the
Yeah, and that was kind of how. There's another game that they did. I don't remember if it was the original Battlefield 2, Battlefront 2, but you had to go through that tiered system as well. So I like that they're bringing that into the game. It rewards people that are playing more, and that are good at the game. But you're not going to be penalized for not being
Right.
good as well.
And then this was a big announcement because we had talked about in the pre-show. It's like, DICE came out ahead of time. Is like, we're not going to do a season pass, and then EA's like, wait a minute, we might not commit to that yet. But they came out at the conference. They had John Boyega, who plays Finn in the Force Awakens and is going to be in The Last Jedi, announced that not only will his character Finn and Phasma be available in the fall on Battlefront 2, but that all DLC maps and characters will all be free.
No, it's free.
Free, excuse me.
You're right, Derek, that's why you're not winning. If I can't win.
See me in my office later.
You're dismissed.
I guess this is my payback for being a traitor last year.
Yeah, it is.
But
I'm glad that they're doing that. Like from the way they screwed everybody over in Battlefront 1 with their DLC, this is the way to repay back the community that's going to support the game
Like,
when it launches.
Sorry.
yeah, it looked like they took a lot of what they had to heart because they're like, where's the story? Where's couch co-op? Where's this, that, and the other? And EA is like, you know what?
You're right.
We hear you.
We wrong.
We're sorry. And here you go.
Yeah, and the gameplay that they showed us was kind of like Walker Assault, but it was in a different form, and also reminded me of Overwatch with delivering the payload to wherever it needed to go. The gameplay looked really good in the trailer that they showed before it and everything.
I know it's pre-alpha, but
And then they did pre-alpha gameplay, and it looked great. It's definitely pre-alpha. Like if some games launched that look like that, they would be amazing. But we're holding it to a certain standard, and I'm happy. Like I'm loving where they're going with it. The heroes look freaking amazing.
yes, Darth Maul.
Darth Maul was insane.
The little spinny.
Yeah, he's like.
Yeah, he was like a spinning like torpedo who just like spin and jump at people. It was
He'll
great.
be the
It was
first
my
one to
favorite.
get nerfed after the game comes
Yep.
Oh,
out.
absolutely.
Oh yeah. We've seen Boba Fett before. We've seen Han Solo before. We saw a little bit of Rey in there.
Even though she died really quickly.
Yeah, like I wish they would have focused on that character a little bit
Yeah.
earlier instead of her just like running away from Darth Maul.
Everyone's trying to
Like, she
focus on the
didn't
Maul
get-
hype, though.
Yeah, but it would be nice to see Rey in there because
Yeah.
she's such a big character, and I love that character. So I think they might also be avoiding it because they don't want to give too much
much
away
away.
That's true.
for The Last Jedi.
That's
so.
fair.
Because we kind of already know what to expect from Darth Maul.
Yeah.
And Rey, like you said, they're just trying to keep her more under wraps.
Naboo fighters.
Dude,
Yeah.
we were talking about it 'cause, we haven't had those in so long.
Yes.
And that was probably one of my favorite things to see is him just he's going under that little building and coming out.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh. He's
think
still my beating
I
heart.
think the funniest thing was this guy flying around
know.
and then
He's in the
clips that
building.
building.
Yeah,
Like,
like, oh.
they were hyping him up too. Like, look at him doing that ground. And then I saw the corner of that building. I'm like,
And it just like literally everyone at the conference was just like,
They're like,
oh.
That's what happens when you don't stay on target.
But it looks great. The vehicles that you get to unlock, even the freaking tank, you can go into what's called siege mode, and you do a lot more damage, but you're more susceptible to fire and everything. And having classes where you can be assault, you can be a tank, you can be support and everything.
heavy.
I love that. Jacob, I feel like Darth Maul is a flying fidget spinner.
I can see it.
I'm sure
Yeah.
there are Darth Maul fidget spinners out there.
I'm sure there are somewhere in the world.
I see so many of them.
Oh my God, it's so bad. Taking from the Battlefront news, what was your favorite thing from that? Y'all go. Let's
Just
go
overall
around.
like
But
just
yeah.
Battlefront 2
Battlefront.
news.
No, the Battlefront 2 news. Like what from that gameplay? What was your favorite other than Darth Maul?
I know we're probably going to really agree on this, but going back to the Separatists and the clones, being able to see them back in fighting, I just loved seeing the droids walking around because that was such a staple for the older Battlefront games. And when you think of Star Wars, you always think of the Separatists. You think of you think of clones.
Yeah.
And just being able to see those, seeing you be able to, go from the regular droids to the upgraded ones, from regular clone troopers to the jet troopers and stuff like that. Did I spit on your computer?
No.
But that's one of the bigger things that I was looking at, and I really enjoyed.
Derek.
I'll say just like the overall scale of the game, and then
Yeah.
it seems like they're going more explosion-y, more
Michael
bigger,
Bay.
grand battles, and they're also focusing on just like at least the gameplay mode they showed like heavily, like the alpha gameplay. It seems that they said 3 phases.
Yeah.
And it's like each one, like because the first phase we saw a lot of ship, from ground to ship combat, and then the second one was more personal with the heroes, and the third one was just like that final push, pretty much.
Yeah, it got really, really close quarters combat and everything, and it just looks so good. Allie, what did you take away from it?
I liked the free stuff. No, free. No, I loved all the like in that the first mode, like I loved the different, just how many different options you had.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't remember what they're called now, but it's like the little like walker thing the guy was riding.
Oh,
on.
ATRTs?
Yeah, the ATRTs. Yeah, like I loved those. I was just like, I want to ride around on them like the entire match.
Yeah, and like they showed a little bit more and everything. I think one of the best thing that is going to happen with this game is the single player, and I know we're going to get probably more throughout the week with this.
There is Sony.
There is Sony, which they have that partnership, so that's definitely going to get pushed.
Yeah.
But seeing at the very end of the conference the main character getting handed plans, and then the red-robed figure showing up with Palpatine's face.
that was awesome.
That was really cool because, and I think it was a comic or whatever, like he built like these robots to like give out orders after he died and everything. So really excited about that. But for the gameplay that we did see, it's just getting everything in one big package. If they make another one after this, they're going to probably add more from the new movie or whatever. But it's nice to think that we're getting more than we did last time. Last time it was kind of like a tech demo. This was the actual game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Now, 2 things from EA that you guys really liked. Because I had to say 2 because I know Star Wars.
Yeah.
Star Wars definitely.
A Way Out.
Yeah, I agree with A Way Out as well.
Those were the 2 best showings in my opinion.
Like, I'm big into A Way Out, but like they really piqued my interest with the new
Anthem.
the
Yeah, I'm
new
on the same
IP
page
that's
with you.
coming out. I'm super excited for that. So those would be my 2. Would be Star Wars
Star Wars and Anthem, yeah. But yeah, just a little bit they showed of it. I was like, yes,
I
I
was-
need to know more
I was
immediately.
hooked, line and sinker.
It was I'm
We'll see
excited.
more about. I want to see more proof of concept tomorrow for Microsoft's conference. So I'll have a better opinion. But
If it's
it
good,
looked cool.
then at
at
that
least.
point I'd be signed, sealed, delivered.
Yeah, just like you already bought it. It's like, how did you already buy it? Shh,
I
shh, 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 shh,
don't
shh.
ask.
Don't ask.
Men in Blazers
Oh my god.
Best
and
part.
FUT
Fuck.
Championship. No, my favorites.
No.
Star Wars Battlefront and like
NBA Live 18.
Any Way Out was cool. Anthem was really cool. Like it's either of those. But I'm just glad that we're getting more Star Wars games. That's my biggest thing is
Yeah.
we're getting more Star Wars games.
We waited long enough.
Yeah.
It was also interesting to see. I think we should talk about a little bit about what we were surprised not to see. I mean, they didn't. We knew they weren't going to show NHL because they were going to do a full reveal the 21st of the month. UFC not being there, maybe they'll do it later in an event. But UFC, that's usually their showcase. But that was weird not to see.
No,
Are you gonna take
Plants
all of
vs. Zombies.
Yes and no, but I think because they added in so much in the second game, they feel like they could maybe wait a little longer before the next one.
Dragon Age.
Yeah,
I should say I was surprised, but also not at the same time. It was
Because
like
of
I
Anthem.
really wanted to. Yeah, I really wanted to, but at the same time, like I was like deep down in my heart, I was like, they're probably not gonna say anything.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to see what the new DLC is going to be fully about for Andromeda, but knowing how Andromeda is doing right now,
And do they even sell DLC or a season pass for this thing?
No.
no,
They had a deluxe edition. That was it.
It's not coming. I bet y'all right now. That's
no,
my.
no DLC.
They've
There's
already
no
downsized
DLC.
The studio. There's no way that
Yeah.
we're gonna get any sizable DLC other than maybe skins or
Yeah,
races.
we were saying that earlier. Like the only DLC that you get would be a few like cosmetic things.
I
But-
hate to see something that we've
Th-
loved. so
They're gonna
much.
like send out like troops to like murder the people that bought them and like try to like wipe it from memory.
Wait, didn't you buy Andromeda?
I did.
No.
I call all of you out right now, EA. Come and get me.
I challenge you. But
I'll just hold up the teleprompter guy.
I know it's the big one for this year, but I'm surprised we didn't get any more Star Wars stuff at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was surprised that it was just Battlefront 2.
Which I know they're trying to apologize for the first one
Mm-hmm.
and really show that they're really giving thought to the second one, but at the same time, it's like you showed off concepts for last year from Visceral and Respawn.
Yep.
I didn't think we'd get at least Respawn, but I thought we would get at least some kind of like teaser trailer like what we did for Anthem for Amy Henning's game.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't even get that, so it's like, are these farther out than we anticipated?
It sounds like that to me.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Next year's prediction.
Sure.
Already working on them.
I think overall it was a hodgepodge of good things and bad things,
Yeah.
more bad than good.
Not to
That's
do.
kind of how EA works.
And it was better than last year's, I would say, overall, in my opinion.
agree with that.
Because the meat was there, and they weren't constantly like, Star Wars is coming. They said it once this year. They said about 20 times last year.
Yeah.
And I think that was the big problem for that. They need to look at their portfolio. They need to look at what is doing well and start dropping things that do not matter. NBA Live does not matter. It's worthless. Men in Blazers, that was a horrible thing to
Or
do.
just stuff like that in general.
Yeah, and if you're going to have people that are in front of the camera, you need to know that they can deliver.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Don't pull
like-
up some hacks that you got off the street.
Justine did an amazing job, I
Yes.
think. You know, it shows that there's people that know how to do this, and then there's people
People
that
who
don't know how to do this.
And that's one of the things that they need to focus on is, like, yeah, you said the games were there, but the delivery of it was.
It was poor.
The
Yeah,
delivery of like
like,
the entire conference.
I know the people at home watching didn't see us while we were watching the conference, but we're sitting over here. We're not even paying attention to what's being said on the screen. We're just paying attention more how dumb people are being.
Yeah, we were making fun of the conference more than we were watching it. And, you know, like, when it came to stuff that was really good or did well, like, you know, we said that. We reacted to
Yeah,
it.
like we
and-
were actually like hooked. We were like, oh wow, like we need to pay attention to this. We were actually, you know, paying attention as people should at your conference.
yeah,
Like
and
a way out, we were all like,
huh, now what this? What this?
Yeah, and it is, you're going to have those moments where things aren't, everybody's not going to buy into. Not everybody plays FIFA. Not everybody plays Madden. Not everybody plays basketball. Not everybody plays Battlefield. But there's times when it does hook you, but there's ways to make those better. And I think that's one thing that some companies have learned, and some companies keep doing every year that they get on stage.
I think this will be the worst one you see all week, though.
Yeah,
I think the worst is out of the way. Like,
it gets better.
The only other bad one we could see is Ubisoft.
Yeah, possibly Ubisoft, if they do another 2-hour conference. I think it was good that they ended with Star Wars Battlefront 2.
I do too.
They ended very strong. They started with something that's stronger with Madden, and then in the middle it was hit or miss.
Well, obviously they had to keep it like that because it's like if they had put Star Wars at the front, everyone would be like, okay, cool, and then left.
Yeah,
Like-
that's true.
It's kind of like PlayStation at was it PSX where they like built up and then they were going to like show something and they just cut the conference at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was like the first or second PSX
Yeah.
that they did.
Yeah. But there it is. There is EA. It is in the books. Let us know in the comments below what was your favorite thing from the EA conference. And are you going to be checking out EA Access this week if you're a PlayStation 4 owner?
You had to do it one more time, didn't you?
Oh, also they showed 5 minutes of gameplay.
Over.
Over
Well,
5.
Day one is in the books.
Day one this is my day. Like today is my day. Like
Well,
it might not be the same way tomorrow, but I'm gonna relish in it.
I feel like I could say this is our day because I might not have won on the Nerd Cave, but I won in life.
Yeah. Yeah.
My new car.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a little graphic for you guys, so it's like point system, and then it'll be like 2, 1, and then
Just put
1 in life.
Isn't that what really matters? All right, guys. If you have not already, go ahead, hit the like button on our page. If you're over on YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe. And if you're over on Twitch, go ahead, hit that follow button so you don't miss out anytime we go live. Tomorrow, we're going to be going live at 3
Yes.
for the Xbox conference. And then we're going to be up really, really late for this freaking Bethesda conference.
For you people.
Why do they put it so late?
They're the devil.
Because Bethesda, Todd
I have
Howard
to-
hates us.
I have to be up at work in the morning.
So does that.
I. So does I, man.
So does I.
What are you doing?
I got rookie camp, son.
Rookie camp.
Yeah. So, guys, make sure you do that. We will be back with more content. Keep coming to the Nerd Cave for more and more E3 coverage this week. This has been Zach.
Derek.
And Robbie.
And
And Alec.
have a week.